I am Monsignor John Saw Yawhan, the Auxiliary Bishop of Archdiocese of Yangon. In 2017, I was working as a General Secretary of CPCM, that's a Catholic Bishop Conference of Myanmar. At that time, it was a special blessing to get the visits of Holy Father, Pope Francis. And then I was appointed as a local coordinator. As a local coordinator, I have some memorial experience with regard to the visits of the Holy Father in 2017, in November. Due to the long distance journey and flight, and due to the age of Holy Father, and then the protocol group, they want to come just to Yangon to meet the people in the government, so also the Catholic faithful and other people from other religious denominations and religions. But only part of the governments, they want the Holy Father to visit the capital city, Naypyidaw. So that was a kind of meeting, discussions and negotiation. And at last, Holy Father agreed to go to Naypyidaw to meet the president and the other officials. On the part of the Myanmar government also, they are very kind enough to arrange the flight from Yangon to Naypyidaw, Naypyidaw to Yangon by their own expense. So that's the very success of the very first negotiations. So since I was there during the discussions and meeting, so it's one of the honestly happy moments that we could agree at some point to visit Naypyidaw. So that's the first memory for me. And the second one is we have to search for the place for the public mass. So we expected around 200,000 people to come together for the event, for the public mass. So we went to the National Stadium, so also People's Park, and the place cannot accommodate such huge crowds of people. So we look for another possible places. Then we reached to Jackson ground. So the place can accommodate, I think, at least 300,000 people. But that ground, it was not used for some years. So in some parts of the ground, there are bushes and trees, water ponds. We have to clean up and we have to feed the ponds, everything. We have to do that. And then we choose the place. And then within a few months, I may say, we trying to manage to be ready for the very big occasions and events. When we celebrated also, so the ground was very significant, so magnificent and large enough to accommodate the people. So we were very happy to be able to prepare such kind of place for the big events in our lifetime. And another one is Holy Father, when he arrived at the national airport, from the airport to the Cardinal residence where he's put up, then all the people, especially Catholic people, starting from the airport up to the Cardinal residence, on the roadside, all as well as young children. So they were very happy waving the Vatican flag and welcoming the Pope Francis. So being a coordinator, I was also in the entourage. So I was in one of the cars behind the Pope Francis cars. At some point, our car line stopped. So I was worried. Well, what's wrong? Why our car lines were stopped? Because Pope Francis was sitting at the left side of the car, and then people are waiting at the right side of the road. So he liked to greet the people. He also liked to wave his hands and to the people. He liked to bless also. So he got out of the car and he took the right side of the car at the right seat. So because of that, the car was stopped. So then the car proceeded. So it's also one of the honestly memorable things for me. While we welcome Holy Father from the airport to the residence. And another one is visits to nation Buddhist Sangha Sangha Nayaka Buddhist monks. They are very seniors and very venerable monks. So they also came together. We also on our part, cardinals, bishops, and Holy Father, we visited there. We were welcomed very warmly, cordially. Then we exchanged our speech of peace and unity and brotherhood. After that, the most senior and patron of the Sangha Mahanayaka monk and Holy Father, they exchanged the gifts of love, gifts of peace, and then they took photo together at that point. And as a result, we were able to establish mutual respect, brotherhood, and unity and better relationship after that visit. So these are the fruits of his visits, and it's also one of the memorials for me. And another one is the Youth Mass. Youth Mass, we celebrated it in Cathedral, St. Mary's Cathedral, Yangon. At the end of the Mass, while Holy Father was leaving the cathedral, the youth they like to greet the Holy Father, like shaking hands. But security officers, they protected Holy Father, and then they were scheduled to go back right away from the altar to the sacristy. But Holy Father, he went out of the security line and he reached to the youth, and he tried to shake hands, touch the hands of the youth, and he gave the blessings. So the youth were very moved at that moment, and Holy Father did not care about his security, and he tried to reach out to the flock. Like he, on his part, he may feel that they are like the lamb from the peripheries. Only once in his lifetime he had the chance to greet them, bless them. So he tried to reach to the youth. So that's also touched me very much. And then after the Mass, Holy Father left for the airport for his departure. According to schedule, Holy Father Gus was supposed to go directly to the airplane. But at reaching the national airport compound, he saw the brass bands of major seminarians, Catholic major seminarians, playing music in honor of him. When he saw, he stopped the car. He went out of the car and he listened for a moment, and then he greeted them. Then he walked back to the airplane. For him, he is always ready to risk his life, to reach out to the people. So he is very brave enough in that aspect, and he doesn't care for his life, to reach out to the people, to meet with them. So these are some of the memories I stay honestly having in my heart with regard to the paper visit in November 2017 to our country, Myanmar. So that's what I like to share my memory with regard to the visits of Holy Father Pope Francis.